Okay, it's dinner time right now, so let's talk coronavirus cooking. It isn't easy, that's for sure. Amid the pandemic, people have been spending more and more time in the kitchen. Over the past few weeks, in fact, there have been several new cooking trends. So here to talk about it right now is Jessie Price, the editor-in-chief of Eating Well. This is a magazine owned by our parent company, the Meredith Corporation. Hi, Jessie. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me here.
I have to be honest with you, I'm a little tired of cooking myself. I think a lot of people are. Talk with me about some of the popular cooking trends that you're seeing kind of break out right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, people are cooking more than ever, obviously. I mean, you're feeling that. I'm feeling that. Some of the biggest trends, bread is number one, right? A lot of you have probably already heard about the sourdough craze going on and the lack of flour available in the stores. There's also something called 2-ingredient dough, which is the opposite end of the spectrum. It's super easy to make, and that's a recipe we've seen on our site absolutely take off. The other thing, this is kind of a natural, is hot breakfast, right? So we're now not, stopping at Starbucks or at the gas station or eating in our car. We are actually at home for breakfast. And so that means a lot of eggs. I know I've been eating scrambled eggs almost every single day, and I love that. Convenience cooking. So I think, this is important for people who are new to cooking, but it's also important for those of us who are working from home and also trying to homeschool kids at the same time. The end of the day rolls around and it's like, oh, what am I going to do?
Right.
And so, pantry staples as part of that convenience have been a really big thing. On eatingwell.com, we've seen a collection of recipes that use just 3 ingredients from the pantry each has just completely taken off.
Well, that's good because I think it certainly is overwhelming. As you said, people are home with the kids. They're maybe not working right now. And then all of a sudden you're thinking breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then it starts all over the next day. And in between you're snacking. So help us here. Yes. How can we go about making some healthy decisions? It's not easy. I know that.
Well, frozen vegetables. That's another one of the trends that I would say is actually helping people. Frozen vegetables, people have suddenly decided, I need to embrace these things. I can't go to the grocery store all the time, or I'm trying not to go to the grocery store all the time, so I don't have fresh produce on hand. So they're learning to love those. And then the last trend that I would say we're really seeing take off, I don't know if this is going to necessarily keep you healthy if you go overboard on it, but it is cocktails.
Yes. Now you got my attention, Jessie.
Yes. So it's Friday, so I figured we would talk about this. People are actually taking the time to make craft cocktails at home. This is a bee's knees. It's gin, it's lemon juice, it's honey. It's a honey simple syrup.
All right.
And we've seen, especially cocktails with citrus in them doing really, really well. And I will point out next week is Cinco de Mayo. So margaritas are going to be very big next week. And our current issue of the magazine has a really delicious smoky tahini-rimmed margarita in it.
Oh my goodness, Jessie, I love everything you're talking about. You started with bread and now you're ending with this. Thank you so much for joining us right now. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a great weekend.
You too. We have more information about Eating Well on the Channel 3 app.